Hey up everyone. Right, I'm going to do another reading. I'm going to use the dice again to determine what sign we're going to read for. So, who needs a message at this time, Spirit? Okay, we have Scorpio. There we go. What do they need to hear about? Change and transformation. 8th house. Scorpio's house. Surprise! Anything else? Identity. 1st house. And then change and transformation again. 8th house again. So, let's see. So, what does Scorpio need to hear at this time in terms of any transformation taking place when it comes to their core identity or outward identity? Okay, 3, 2, 1. What do we have? Have faith. Love is coming. You may be hating on yourself if something's changed in your love life and it's causing you to see yourself differently. We have awaiting messages, boundaries, conversation. There we go, boundaries. So, hang on, let's get one more. Yeah, shock, sudden change. So, it looks like, I mean, some of you may be going through a breakup or a breakdown. I don't mean to laugh, but that is kind of how it looks. There's a sudden shift here taking place that seems to be affecting how you view yourself. And you may be turning on yourself because of changes that are happening in your love life. And it's like, it's quite a contradictory energy because you've got somebody here with their boundaries up saying, I don't want to talk, I don't want to know what to do here, leave me alone, whilst also like waiting and anticipating messages and communication coming in. And it's saying, have faith, it is coming in, but right now those boundaries need to be firmly in place because there's been this kind of shocking shift and change that's had quite an impact. What's going on for Scorpios here? What's the change here? It's more that you need to be reminded that this is a needed change or transformation, or that what's happening outwardly in your 3D world is happening because there's a needed shift. What's going on with Scorpio? What's going on with Scorpio, please? So there could have been some interference here. Somebody maybe felt used or is worried about being used. And this is maybe why they've put boundaries up. So we have leave them for me, I want to be with you. And friends and family want me to leave them for you. And what you want to happen is about to happen. So what's the interference? Rebound. They've gone quiet, so I come to you for attention. Busy, distracted, online dating. So somebody could have or have been engaging in a connection with somebody else, or it could be that someone's spending more time on their phone than they are with their partner. It could be that somebody runs a business online, but it could be the obvious thing that is coming through on the cards as it states, sort of online dating, and somebody giving more attention to someone else or messaging, something like that, I hate to say, because things have gone quiet in a connection. And now, so what should Scorpio do regarding this? Non-committal, see that? Non-committal sexual connection, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and leaving the karmic. So, what is going to happen that Scorpio wants to happen? Yeah, I'm so sorry. If you're waiting for this person to be regretful, to feel sorry, to sort of go, what did I do? It's coming. Yeah, they're telling me to leave this alone. I can't stop thinking about you, and you have the best smile. So why did this happen? Staying silent. I want to work things out between us. I can't find a solution. And gold digger. Somebody may be focused or prioritized work more. Work could be the interference. It doesn't have to necessarily be another person. Because it's saying here, people are telling this person, you need to drop whatever this is and focus on your connection. And you, Scorpio, need to be non-committal, have more of a sort of detached approach with this person and treat it as, I guess, more of a passionate energy is what it said. That's certainly not my advice, but that's what the card said. Yeah, because I think you want this person to prioritize you. I think you wanted them to prioritize you and invest more in you, and they seem to be investing more in something else. They regret that now. They're sorry about that now. How does Scorpio's person feel about them? The person on their mind. Jealous. Yeah, they've got their karma. They're jealous. You've gone, okay, bye. And they're like, where have you gone? There's children involved. You may have a child with this person. This person's very yeah. And I don't know what to say. This is why we've got this staying silent energy. They want to work things out, but they don't know how to get around it. They now want to resolve the situation that is taking place between you and them, the breakdown that has happened. Because this shift has happened, excuse me, because this shift has happened, boundaries have been put in place. And it's like, okay, fine, but you're over there. I'm not tolerating that. You're over there. They now feel they're on the receiving end of what they put you on the receiving end of. And they're experiencing a little bit of that. They don't like it. They want to resolve things, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to fix the situation that they've now created with you. They may be focusing or trying to distract themselves through work, but ultimately they feel very kind of jealous. They don't like it. Why? Why are they jealous? They don't feel good enough. This situation now, I feel like someone's been caught out or been called out on something. There's issues discussing money or fighting over money, finances or something like that. That could be at play here, but I think they're going to message you soon. They don't feel good enough. There could be distance, travel. Somebody may be from somewhere else in the world or of a different ethnicity or cultural background. But they don't feel good enough now. They feel like, have some true colours of mine shone through and this person's seen them? How do I undo that? How do I begin trying to sort of untangle that now? I don't know how to fix it. But they want to resolve things. What should Scorpio do? Okay, it's reminding you that your perception of this person and the situation is already outdated. The amount of growth and progression that has taken place off the back of this breakdown is quite huge. So your understanding of this situation, of this person in general, is already outdated. It's already old news. There's already new things, new lessons being learned, new perspectives. So don't let sort of your conditioning or your perception that's based on how things have been in the past sort of cloud your vision of this person and this situation moving forward. Basically, it's reminding you that people are changing. The situation has already changed. People are changing. Try not to focus on old news because it's outdated. Sabotage and rebuild. Persistently working on it. It doesn't want you to end this or walk away from it. I'm going to sneeze. I can feel it coming. He wants you to, this needs to break down so that it can be rebuilt again, because something wasn't right. Something was missing, or it was built on unstable territory. And I think this is why we have this as the first card out. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming. So I do think the situation here will improve. Yeah. See, they've affected your self-confidence, but now because they've been called out or caught out doing something, they now feel like, oh no, I've got some work to do. I've got some backpedaling to do. I've got some apologies to make. I got to make this up. I don't know how to fix it. They're the one that's feeling less than. They're the one that's feeling like, I should have done better. I'm not good enough. So big hit on self-confidence all round. Don't sabotage yourself by letting this experience make you feel like you're not good enough. And just as I say that next card off the deck, look, self-worth. You need the time to heal yourself. Do some introspection. Do the shadow work. Learn to value and prioritize yourself. So it's not that this is over. I don't think this needs a breakup. I think it just needs a break. So that you can take some time to heal yourself and work on your self-worth. Because I have no doubt that this is a situation where it was meant to happen. It was always going to happen, because healing only happens in separation. And we cross paths with people for a reason. There's no coincidence or accidents. Everybody that you cross path with is meant to be in your life to serve a purpose for some kind of reason, right? At least that's what I believe. So you kind of trigger each other. Something has to happen. Wait, let's see if it comes out. Something has to happen to create the separation, because otherwise you would both keep masking each other's wounds. You know, if somebody has insecurities, the other one's going to go, well, I think you're beautiful. I think you're a great person, you know. But you can't heal them by saying that. It's great, it makes them feel better, but you can't heal them. You can only heal yourself. So healing only happens in separation, where we're away from the things that are going to mask that wound and distract us from even recognizing that we have an inner wound, so that we have time to focus on that, to heal that. So it looks like there's been some sort of divine intervention here. Something's come in to create a separation so that you can do the work on yourselves and ultimately try and bring this back into a balance. Tell me about this situation with Scorpio. We have twin flames. Doesn't surprise me. So an intense energy that comes together, and until you're healed, you're out of balance. It just repels. Yeah, you're still keeping tabs on each other, spying, watching. You're alchemizing the energy. This is what I'm saying. So typically in a twin flame dynamic, you have a chaser and a runner. You've got a divine feminine and a divine masculine, and one's chasing and pursuing. And it's kind of like, I always give this example, right? So you have an energy cord that connects you to that person, but let's think of it in a 3D sense. If imagine this cord to be a physical thing, so like a pole, right? You're holding one end and your person's holding the other. If you step forward, your person attached to the other end of this has no option but to step back. So quite often in a twin flame connection, until somebody stops chasing or stops running and actually balances that energy back out, so you can meet in the middle and there's no, you know, it's just a push-pull. And we have self-care, time to take care of yourself. So you're shifting the energy from investing it all outwardly into other people and other things, and turning that, you're alchemizing it, you're changing the direction of the energy and focusing that on self. Why did this need to happen? Someone's too guarded, perhaps. We have messages in dreams in messages, a decision to make, an overall decision to make, because somebody was being too resistant to the connection, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry and passion, but someone's being resistant. So until you kind of go, okay, well, you go over there and I'll go over here, and you separate yourselves, They're not going to see your value. They're not going to appreciate you, and they're not going to do the healing that it takes to come back in a balanced way and maintain a healthy connection. What's this about Scorpio's identity? Transformation. So when I rolled the dice to begin with, and I was like, what do we need to read on for Scorpio? And we got 8th house, transformation, Scorpio energy. And then I rolled again and got a 1, identity. What's this around identity? Transformation. Higher self. So you might be going through a bit of an ego death. It's kind of like disconnecting from the old version of yourself that you're no longer in alignment with, to reconnect with your true authentic self. And as it says, you know, you're alchemizing the energy, you're focusing on the self, you're taking better care of yourself, you're healing yourself. So you've shifted that energy. You're now prioritizing your relationship with yourself over your relationship with somebody else. And through reconnecting with self, higher self, this is you're activating this part of yourself. Self. It's time to harvest. You've done the work. You've sowed the seeds. You've grown. You've nurtured it. And trust divine timing. So you're going through a shift. You yourself are going through a shift, a change, a transformation, a rebirth that is being triggered by a love connection, by the looks of this, a relationship. And you both kind of trigger each other. This is a mirrored mutual experience. So what you're feeling, they're feeling. This absolutely is something that can be repaired, but you need to develop a healthier sense of self-worth before you can meet. Because somebody who has a low sense of self-worth with a avoidant attachment style will avoid relationships and run from them because they don't feel good enough to have it, or they're scared of losing it. And clingy attachment style people, it's quite the opposite. They're scared to lose it, so they hold on. So you have this runner and this chaser, right? So once you start kind of going, no, it's okay, I don't need to panic, you know, I deserve love. If somebody wants to leave, that's fine, you know. And you start stabilizing yourself, the chaser stops chasing, the runner stops running, and you can meet each other in a balanced way. So I quite like this. You're going through a major transformation, and you're kind of reconnecting with your higher self and learning to love and value and prioritize yourself. And I love that for you, Scorpio. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in another video.